Just a quick one from me on Thursday, February the 26th. Thank you for dropping in on TNT. Answering the question as to, does Thailand have a new government? Well, the short answer is sort of, but not quite. And we'll get into the specifics of exactly what's going on in just a moment. Also going to have a very quick look at some of the latest tourist numbers, what they might mean. Also, if you'd like me to answer a question or deep dive into something of interest to you relating to Thailand, very happy to receive those comments and questions and ideas in our comment section on the YouTube channel. So let's get stuck into it. Just inviting you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Perhaps give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the segment. We'll keep this short and sweet, but I did want to very quickly, before we get into the machinations of putting a new government together here in Thailand, just some latest tourist numbers. And we'll go to this at Nation Thailand. China and Malaysia lead as Thailand welcomes 5.9 million visitors in early 2026. And the picture they've chosen there, probably not Malaysian or Chinese tourists. And this updates the numbers from January the 1st to February the 22nd. And we're up to about 6 million foreign tourists. In fact, the exact number is 5,947,434 to be precise. That's a decrease of 4.9% compared to last year. Now, the reason that's slightly interesting is because the first 5 weeks of this year's foreign tourism arrivals was down some 7.5%. So there has been a recovery. My idea at the time was that last year, the first 5 weeks included Chinese New Year. This year, the Chinese New Year is a bit later, late February, early March. And it looks like this number of 4.9% for these first 8 or 9 weeks of the year does suggest that there has been a bit of a pickup during February. Now, will we get to anything like the numbers of last year or even the year before? Well, of course, that is yet to be seen. But as I mentioned, and you can check it out on my Saturday program, I was talking a lot about this pivot from these short-term tourists, these people who are stuck somewhere in the middle doing border runs and trying to max out the visa exemptions, and then of course the people who were applying for the long-term visas, the annual visas that meant you could stay for a longer period. Now, there has been a big increase in people applying for those longer-term visas, so there has been a pivot from sort of people trying to max out their tourist numbers to become perhaps longer-term foreign residents. So an increase in expats and, well, as we can see, a slight reduction in the number of tourist arrivals. Let's go into the numbers. And last year, the highest number of tourists came from Malaysia. Well, things have changed. And the top 5 tourist arrivals for that first 8 weeks this year. China up with nearly 1 million tourists. Malaysia quite a long way behind, nearly 600,000. Russia nearly 500,000. India 376,000. South Korea 283,000. Let's compare these trends with last year, and the total for last year, some 29 million tourists. Malaysia, number 1, China, very, very close numbers, followed by India, Russia, South Korea, Japan, United States, United Kingdom, Taiwan and Singapore. If we compare that to 2012 there on the far right, and that year it was China number 1, Malaysia number 2, Japan, Russia, South Korea, India, Laos, Australia was up there in the top 10, United Kingdom, Singapore and the US, they were number 11. So no major changes in trends there all the way back to 2012 of the sort of tourists that are coming to Thailand. But as we reflect on those lower tourism numbers for the first 8 weeks compared to last year, down some 4.9%, we do also recognise there has been a lot more people applying for longer-term visas in Thailand, and we'll continue to report on that. Now, let's get to the situation with the formation of a new government following the February 8 election here in Thailand. And let's start off with this article. And the headline from Thai PBS World: Election Commission to announce election results today. That was yesterday, amid court uncertainty. And indeed, yesterday they did announce the results for the seats in the lower house, the new members of parliament. And the Election Commission announced those results after 95% of all votes from the 400 constituencies across the country have been counted. And a bit further down there, according to the election law, the Election Commission can officially announce the February 8 election results after having approved at least 95% of the vote counts from 380 constituencies. And I note they're out of 400. So 380 out of the possible 400 voted MPs into Parliament. Still some investigations going into a few of the constituencies, but really those results won't change the final outcome of the shape of the Parliament. Now there is another 100 party list MPs to make up the total 500 MP seats in the Parliament. They are party list, in other words, it's a preferential system. The highest number of votes for a particular party, the party nominates members for that party list, and they get selected preferentially based on the percentage. They are yet to be announced as yet, although most of those results are pretty much known, but not official yet. The Thai PBS story says an informed Election Commission source said the election results for party list candidates are expected to be announced in March, that's the other 100 seats. According to procedures, the MPs elect will report to the Office of the Election Commission to receive a certificate, after which they'll report to Parliament to receive their Member of Parliament credentials. And just addressing those controversies, the Election Commission has decided to announce the official poll results amidst uncertainty over whether the election will be nullified by the Constitutional Court over the use of coded ballot papers, which critics claim can be traced to individual voters and identify for which candidates and parties they voted, breaching the constitutional secrecy of voting requirement. So that is a bit of a shadow that looms over the February 8 election. My thoughts are that it's very unlikely that the Constitutional Court will overturn the election, but of course that has yet to be announced. But the caretaker Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul, very likely to be nominated and elected Prime Minister when Parliament eventually sits, hasn't wasted any time putting his coalition together. This is the way it's currently shaping up. So there's a list from Khao English on their Facebook page with the coalition partners that Anutin and the Phumjai Thai leaders have cobbled together to make up a coalition, given that any government, any coalition, has to have at least 250 MPs out of the 500 plus one to have a majority. Now, Phumjai Thai only got some 193 MP seats, so they've had to lean on and form coalitions with other parties. This is the list of the parties. And quite a few parties. Now, most of those are only getting 1 or 2 MPs. Up the top, the main one, the Thai party, which is really all they needed to form a government there at the bottom of 300 seats. And then in the opposition ranks up the top there, we've got the People's Party, the Kla Tam Party, the Democrats and the United Thai Nation Party. Now, the Kla Tam Party have been part of the coalition, the government coalition, over the past 5 months of caretaker government. Left out in the cold at the moment as far as the formation of a new government's concerned. There are big question marks over some of the MPs being involved with what's called grey money or corruption, some of it involving the scam centres in Cambodia, and of course their leader, Tamanat Prompau, who has a checkered and vivid history, some of it involving some jail time back in Australia in the 1990s. But at the moment, they're being left out in the cold to sit on the opposition benches. Which brings us to this concept of a traffic light coalition. So if you did want to get your calculator out and work out an alternative government, there is an alternative, and it's called the Traffic Light Coalition, and that's because the coded colours, the colours that are given to parties, the colours of the shirts they wear and things that are on their logo, you've got the red, orange and green, which is red, the Thai Party, the orange, the Progressive, the People's Party, and then you've got the green, the Kla Tam Party, currently sitting on the opposition benches if Anutin has his way. Let's have a look at those numbers, and here are the election results that were published yesterday. A People's Party with 118 seats in the 500-seat parliament, Pheu Thai with 74, and then Green, further down there, the Klatam Party, which gives them exactly 250 seats. All you'd need is a few of the stragglers and suddenly you'd have an alternative government. In that case, it would leave Aniton and Phumjai Thai on the opposition benches. It's only a mathematical possibility, very, very unlikely. The likely result is that Aniton will form a government with Phumjai Thai. They got by far the highest number of votes, the highest number of MPs in the parliament, and they get the first opportunity to put a coalition together. So as to answer my original question in the thumbnail, does Thailand have a government? Well, technically no, but we're very, very close, and it looks like it's quite clear where the numbers are going to fall, who the people filling the ministries are going to be, and it'll probably be mid-March when the first parliament will actually sit, vote Aniton to become the Prime Minister, and then Thailand can get on with, hopefully, 4 years of stable government. It would be the first time in a long time if that actually happened, and I think a lot of people are hoping that stability might reign this time. But of course, we're talking about Thailand here. So let's see how the numbers fall. I'll keep on bringing this to you. If you find it of interest, great. Look forward to reading your comments. Please subscribe to the channel. Have a fantastic Thursday. We'll see you next time.